Howdy, y'all. Who's Father here. This video marks the beginning of a new series we're calling Fuck It All Fridays. We woke up with just a little bit of piss and vinegar in our bellies. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do another Kiuas. I couldn't do another beehive. I couldn't do another drum. I I didn't have it in me to try hard pig, and so we just chased the fun. We just decided to make choices that were going to keep our sanity, and I'm so happy I did. The fun or the run we have for you is incredibly fun. I strongly suggest that if you're finding like you're losing in the meta or you're just like starting to find the game a little bit stale, to just pick one of these types of runs, do it. Don't expect to win, just expect to have a blast. Refresh why you're here and the joy that you get from the game. So that's what we did, and it turned out great. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to start having more of these in the future. I'm probably going to set a more standard release schedule in about a week or so. So this is the beginning of us releasing kind of more frequently. So I hope you enjoy the run, and I hope you get out there and make some weird choices. Find yourself in some builds that are as fun as this one was.
I'm just in the mood to lose in a fun way, to kind of try something spicy, different. Yeah. Not so much so that I'm gonna go for the gold skill. Because I'm not in masochist mode, but I am gonna go for the enchant. That fucking shiny Piggles. All right, you guys get to see what I'm talking about with how much Mandala hates me with shiny Piggles. But shiny fucking Piggles, boys. Whoa, buddy. Okay, so I have been overvaluing going to the silver crate when you got to get a board together. It's like too early to do that shit. And I'm like, oh, a silver item day one before, while I still have time to put together a board. And then I just wouldn't actually have time to put together a board. Like seeing every vendor day one is pretty crucial. Um, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing the like, give me random shit and I'm gonna play with it. So today we're doing it. There we go. Day one cash cannon. All right. There's an old line we haven't done in a while. We could see if Crook comes to us. Looking to check out Square Pig. It's been a hot minute since I've done any squareness. All right, Viper. Or do I want Kyber Drone if I'm doing that build? I guess I don't have natural slow. I'm not deciding on my build quite yet. Great. Let's do Kyber. I wouldn't mind the skill. Oh, we have Chaos Pinata. It's usually a Pinata. I've gotten Pinata more than once. I've gotten Beehive a couple of times. I've gotten very strong things from it. But the problem is one silver item does not a day one win make unless it happens to be one of the like 4 carries, right? So like Beehive is great, but you don't really need Beehive to like day 4. Like you ain't cycling properties. You know what I mean? Like it isn't actually super advantageous that early. All right, we got our first multicast Piggle. This is gonna get out of control. Okay.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
This is what we are not going to be doing. That said, silver I will grab them as an econ play because they are pretty handy for that. I wonder if I grab it now as an econ play, just because I'm probably going to grab another property too. And just the tool in my stash functions as a tag right now. So I will, but that will not hit our board. That will not, even if we are completely losing and it has accidentally made its way up to being useful. That will not be on our board, I promise.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Matchbox will also not be on our board. The point is not necessarily to run something weird early, and we probably should try to win early in order to get to interesting, but we're not going to do that either. We're just running fucking cash cannon. That's what we're doing. So upgrading kiosk for the econ play is not incorrect, but upgrading Piggles for the shenanigans is correct. And the reason we didn't go to Isla is because she can't have Crook yet. All right, Vanny, how are we doing today?
Noticed I'm huge?
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
Stealth potion, right? All right, that's a hard loss. Fuck. This meta. How much burn can you get on somebody inside of?
I paint
All
my
right,
ship
48 burn.
but I don't.
Was that only one cast of cargo shorts? 2 casts of cargo shorts. So it was 12 whole seconds. So she got 48 burn day one. I think the enchanted, and I kind of missed the old fixed start because I think that the variability went up pretty significantly when they changed it, which is more fun. It's definitely more fun, but the spread and variability is what makes the game feel more oppressive. The like inability to gauge your actual power, to feel like you're in the 80% range and then to lose 50% of the time because high rolls happen, feels rough. Okay, so we have to have something that can kill Scrapper today. Gosh, I'm tired. What can we do that could kill Scrapper? Can I get away with running with the regen, or do I have to go shopping? Is the question. We're gonna do it. Fuck it.
Food is life.
Following our whims right now, people. Think I want the regen.
Now that's giving up the business.
We're doing square pig. We reroll for the weapon. We did not get it. Your chance will be useful.
Confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
All right, Isla, how you doing today?
But I can help you.
Silver
finish the
Lumbors, Isla. Cool. Well, that was short-lived. Do I want to get rid of the crook? I think it's the crook. Or the Itlotl, because Itlotl will come back to me.
Newful
We'll
teaches
find her again.
stillness. I prefer action.
I want that yo-yo too, but not so much that I'm going to do anything for it. If I wait to sell the shorts, I get more money to sell later. Although, like, part of me wants to do it and then throw that Piggle on my board, and then I'm some weird base rushy yo-yo shit. Let's do that. That sounds fun. And biggest slice. It'll come back to me surely. Yeah, you're not wrong. Look, man.
Enjoy the thrill of battle while you can.
Said weird lines. Oh, yummy. All right, Scrapper. I feel you. I got days like that. Yesterday, I think I kind of started out in that space. Yeah, I got days like that where you just wake up and you're just like, you got sass against the world, right? You just like, every time you see a thing, your thought is, well, that's gonna go badly. And that's just the whole fucking day. It's like all your brain wants to do is just be like, that's gonna end. And we're poor, so definitely upgrade our yo-yo here.
You say old. I say thoroughly tested.
Moving up in the world.
It's probably worthwhile to get cash cannon off my board, even though we're not getting anything out of it. Put the shield yo-yo on my board, and then try to find something like a slingshot. Now, oh, fuck, that was incorrect. The correct thing was to go to Mandala and reroll my Piggle, but now we're getting gold Piggles. Now we're five-heading this shit. Okay. Yeah, that's my board. Deal with it. I suppose just getting more charge on that guy ain't bad. All right, Mac.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
You remind me of someone I fought last
You
century.
didn't load up the board, Mac, and think to yourself, you know what I'm afraid of is a yo-yo. One single measly silver yo-yo. What I'm terrified of this morning. I think we lose the fire though. Yes, we do.
The lesson you learned today, I learned a century ago.
25 fire, 26 poison, in about 13 seconds on day 2. Feels good.
If you're not growing, you're failing.
Gonna take the income. Now we are back as if we had done the other way. Gonna go fishing. That's what we're doing today. Cool. Yeah, in that case. I want to kill the Piggles guy. Now I want the damn Piggles skill. I'm behind on XP, and I gotta get the level up, but we're not doing that today. We're losing. We're losing on purpose today. Today is about trying weird shit, getting some fun lines in, kind of stretching a little bit. The meta is particularly more stale than it's ever gonna be again. Hopefully. We don't tend to do these 3-day. Oh, I should have moved my Piggle. We don't tend to go this long without an update. So we're gonna. What I would really like to play is like get into Bonk, get into. There we go. We could do weird shit with that. That sounds fun. Okay. Do we start re-rolling our Piggles? What did we get? What did we get? What did we get? Holy. Wowzers. I think we probably should start re-rolling our shiny Piggles at some point. But now is the time. I actually want that one. Cool. That didn't go badly at all.
Curio sells junk. We refurb it.
Okay. This Kiuas will never play on our board. This is an econ play. Just don't worry. We're not doing that nonsense. That is not what's happening. Yes, we'll hold that for a reroll or hold that because it's upgradable. Until we start getting golden Piggles, and then we will look for other things.
I should warn you.
Yeah, weighted yo-yo can do some stuff. Yeah. Weighted yo-yo with that heal can be pretty cool. Matchbox. I have my Piggles in the wrong position. They should be charging the golden one.
Well, I guess motivation isn't everything.
That heal wasn't nothing.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Don't think we're upgrading anything bronze. Okay. Yeah, one less and it also hits my other weapons. Cool. Cool. So I think we're going skill. I don't know that I want a weapon skill. Like, this is fun right now. I don't want to commit to this, though. I have a dream of weirder shit, you guys. Weirder. We gotta go weirder. This is, you know. Or older. I'd like to run, like, bonk or... Yeah, the weights would be a good thing to move into. Like an old classic heal board. And, like, back-ending into it with small refresh instead of, you know, having to have the heal enchant on Yo-Yo would be interesting. Hoarder would go a ways towards that. That board tends to run deep with other stuff. It also is a way. So now what we need to do is, and we have it. We have a lot of like small non-weapon items. So every time we get you know, Finn or the XP reward or whatever, the percentage hit points, not these flat hit points, but the percentage hit points, we like swap out all the weapons for small non-weapon items to get higher hit point pool and then convert that over with the 10% business. Okay. Curio. What could Curio have that we want? He could have Fang, but that feels a little too on the nose. I don't want a fast weapons board. It's not what we're doing. He could have, you know, haste in Shadow Cloak. He could have knee brace, which feels a little exciting because I would like to pop my hit point pool up and see if I can do something with that later. But I think we're gonna go the econ play, get a property or two sold. I was gonna say to charge your Kiuas. No, just no. Just no, not what we do. Okay. We're running a little tight here. I guess Shield could run on our board. I suppose we could do that too. Sure. Get maximal small item heal out of that noise. That sounds fun. I mean, it hasn't done us wrong yet. I do kind of want to buy ourselves at least one or two properties so I can sell one of the key, you know, like actually move out of the, make sense of the kiosk. Let's go to Kev. He also could have enchanted shit. He has stuff that's fun. All right, we need to get that. Let me stand. Okay, getting rid of shiny monocle. We will have plenty of shiny things. Okay, that's cool. Although I don't want to sell it. I actually love that. I might get rid of Scarf when I have to. Yeah. Hey, Ray. Ray, there's a young upstart challenger that is trying to steal your title, my friend. Okay, 7-second 42 heal is not enough. Neither is waiting 8 seconds to shield to beat Flame Juggler. We will lose that fight. Will we though? Because we got Healthy Hoarder. Is that enough hit points that I can actually get away with trying to face rush him? And am I face rushy? You will burn. You know, I know you're right. But I just got that, like, obstinate, bug up my ass vibe today. I'm just like, It's not gonna let the world tell me what to do. He didn't even get me to half. He didn't get me to half. We forgot. We forgot. We have the hard counter. Fuck it, juggler. Forgot I have the skill too. that was oppressive. Don't worry, give it like half a day and it will not be doing anything like that. I could have kept cash cannon on my board. I totally forgot we had the skill kind of doing that job. We're gonna re-roll this, sir. I could get away with some economy right now. I could really use some economy. Okay, cool. Shiny, it is double value. Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's right. Shiny is like a hot enchant. It doesn't really matter. None of this is going on our board ever. Maybe Lemonade Stand at some point, because I do love the idea of doing some kind of bonk hit point thing. Sounds really fun right now. In fact, that's a classic that like hasn't been run. Oh, excuse me. Which is like the Lemonade Stand variant. Yeah, keeping our eyes open for this. So rewards card can just go on anything we're willing to sell. In fact, it should go on the thing we are most willing to sell. And although I might sell that this second to go for chocolate bars. Selling it this second to go for chocolate bars. We're going to be 1 bar short, but that's fine. I suppose we should skill first. When you heal or gain regeneration, item gains crit chance. Well, that sounds a lot like my board just means crit chance. I think we need to get the slow shit off our board and figure out how to be just like all aggressive Piggle spamming. This ain't good yet. This ain't good yet. But we're cooking. We're cooking, guys. That's a lot of poison. That's a lot of burn. So silly. But have you met my yo-yo? We're just gonna play Street Gamer, but in his final form. that's our play, man. And we so are gonna upgrade that skill if we can. Womp. Should have probably gone to Isla. That's fine. Jason item gain crit. I mean, crit is not exactly outlandishly powerful. Okay. Can't not. None of this will last very long. Fine. We're still cooking. We're gonna be cooking the whole game. We don't care if it lasts very long. Do we care about like the spear? I don't think we do. I don't think that makes sense. All right, we'll go to mod squad. Gave her the cash. She told you nothing to worry about. It won't do anything with weights right now because weights doesn't affect. I mean, weights. You're right. Weights will spam. Weights will just be our yo-yo charge. Yeah, you're not wrong. Except weights only really charges when you overheal, and that 5 is never overhealing. Not really. When you use a friend, your weapons gain 3 damage. So now, like weights, some medium property, and like bird. That's just a lot to get some teeny tiny damage scaling. But we got like multicast Piggles doing it. I'm not really dreaming up when that gets good. Okay, we actually get to go shopping. We aren't forced into shenanigan re-rolling this one. Cool, there's a property. And there's my belt. Hi, love. Hello, lover.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird. If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
Okay. I guess the sequencing here doesn't matter. I do understand lumbars is part of our damage. They've been on my board too much lately. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want weirder. I want sillier. I want a Kiuas upgrade? Question mark.
Just toss that
All right.
on my back, and I'll trot it to
We are going to have the absolute strongest, like, early Kiuas that will never make a board. I don't care how big that fucker gets. I mean, it's not big yet, but it's golden on days. It's golden, and we haven't even gotten our silver upgrade yet.
Discounts for peace.
Now I do want to sell. Cash cannon is not enough. I could sell lemonade stand. I like the hit points we're getting out of it. But that'll come back to us if we wanted to. I would not mind doing a VIP pass property to gain some. Wait a second. Y'all. We still got to heal into that max health space, right? But like, I can't think of a world where we could get like this belt, bunk, and enough Piggles to actually like that make sense. But we're cooking. Why is that blue Piggle not shiny? That was someone else's Piggle. That was the pity Piggle that the opponent pig gave us. It's not our Piggle. Stolen goods, my friend. We want that hogwash pretty bad, right? Like that's kind of sexy. Problem is like selling lemonade stand doesn't even do it. We would have to like get rid of rewards card. I don't think we're going for that. I do think we're gonna do VIP pass as an econ play. That and lemonade stand on our PvE boards, and then we'll keep cooking. Come back for you, my love. We'll come back for you. We just also then need a deeper heal to heal into the hit point space that Hogwash has given us. Okay. There are Piggles that are doing nothing but matchbox spam. Not that that's bad. Is that good? No, I don't think so. That's not good. We also lose hit points because Healthy Hoarder like cares about the shit on our board. So I don't like that we feel a little bit like a matchbox board with the setup, though. That is not what I want to be running, but you know, we're gonna keep working.
See these tusks. My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Oh yeah. That could totally suck if you're totally inventory management and his Piggle screws you. I've had that happen a couple of times. I think there's an obvious solution to that, and it's not the one you think. Also, this Piggle's giving me power no matter what. I should put the bronze directional Piggle. I could be getting 2 more damage every 4 seconds on that yo-yo. This is like deep mispositioning this way. The solution to that is that he always gives you a Piggle. Is that every time you play against Pig. And only when you lose, it's funnier when you lose, you get a pity pickle. And then every time you play against Vanessa, you get like a pity cannonball, like she left a cannonball on your deck. And then every time you play against Dooley, I don't know, you just get pitied. you know, microchip or something. Definitely Mac is 100% a chunk of lead, right? I know we could be buffing our matchbox. If our goal was to win today, we would have never found anything remotely like this board. Is the end of that sentence. Okay. Cooking. More chocolate bars. Let's have more. This will be our PvE board. I think we go to Andy and try to, I don't know. We could get loop right now, which would be pretty healthy for us. Yeah, I think we need to expand our minds on what is available. That would be one of the things. I think I'm selling my Kiuas soon. I know it's a much stronger econ play, and we can hold it longer. But I want to be cooking more. Signet ring, more hit points. Really hoping for a loop, because I'd really like to, like, all the excess Piggles turning into value would be important. Getting rid of lemonade stand for a pawn shop is actually the dream. That's the property I want right now. Slingshot also. Also slingshot. Now, if you're at home thinking that didn't look like a good idea, you're correct.
Tell everyone you got it here.
Good ideas are not exactly what we're doing. That is for somebody else. Infernal. Do we think we could beat Infernal? The explodey keg sounds a little fun. We might be able to get more matchboxes and turn them into explodey keg fodder. That could be fun. And just try to get ourselves a, like, you know, get crit chance, get the diamond, do a keg build. Gary Mandela, and then just get equipment.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
You have to know what you're fighting for. Did that just eat my Piggle spot? I should have passed on that. Oh no, we got the other Piggle. I think Pole. We're behind on XP. What the hell do we care? We're not playing correct here. We're playing fun, bitches. Okay. None of that makes sense. Shipment could give us hot weirdness, which sounds fun. Hot weirdness, the name of my new band, by the way. Your weapons gain 3 months. Yes, okay. We sure like our shield Piggles around these parts. I think we're doing that. This is the first time a kukri play might actually not totally suck. Yeah. Feel good about that. I suppose we can murder a Piggle. Poor Piggle. Okay. None of that. Told you it would come back to us. I told you. Now, you were playing at home and notice that we got a yo-yo, shit ton of multicast, and a slingshot. You'd be thinking that looks like a good idea. You'd be wrong, because that's an idea we have seen before, my friends. That is old. That is tired. That has been done. I do want this. I don't think it's good. But I think it's fun. So we're gonna do it. That's all it needs to be. Ointment is unbelievably strong, and the fact that we got a multicast ointment is great, but it's about to go in the trash because I need space for what I'm cooking. And the rest of these things may be an ingredient. I could get rid of the Piggle, knowing when it'll come back to me, and hope, maybe just miss one Mandala reroll, right? Like, we could probably be okay with that. But here's the thing. No. If I am going to grab Hogwash, I have to get rid of Lemonade Stand, because I'm not going to permanently sit with my stash in this kind of nonsense, right? Good morning, Walter. We are doing nonsense, Walter. So your normal, like, this is the correct play stuff, which is like absolutely amazing, is gonna fall on deaf ears today, because we are doing dumb. I did want to see what happened to that kukri with the board that we had. We're gonna wait to run Hogwash. We probably need to run Hogwash anyway, but I did not yet get to see Kukri do what I want Kukri to do. Probably to the right of this, probably that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you're wondering why I have a golden yo-yo, a slingshot, a bunch of ability to re-roll infinite shiny shit at gold, and we passed on a drum, that is your answer. That's your answer. Okay. So do I want my belt or my Hogwash to gold? I think the answer is my belt. I'm not 1,000% sold on Hoggy, but I am 1,000% sold on belt.
I will be there long after you are gone, and so now that's quality.
Okay.
Nothing tiny,
Cooking.
nothing huge.
Cooking.
All about moderation.
Yeah, we don't have what's it called anymore, so that doesn't matter too much. I started shiny Piggles. We started with nonsense, and we decided we were playing all the nonsense, and then we got shiny Piggles. We're like, all right, obviously that's nonsense, so we shall play it. But I want to try some. I don't know. I want bonk. I want bonk right now. That's what I want.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
I know it's not good in this meta, and that's exactly why I want to give it a try. Yeah, it's gonna do some damage. Oh.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
Oh. Didn't look easy. Did not look easy. You did win. You definitely won. Easy is not exactly the word I would use.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste.
That's hard now. I'm not even using the VIP pass I got, buddy. I I could cycle, but I'm not even using the one I got, so I don't think that there's any reason to cycle. Okay.
I think that suits you.
I don't know about that play. I don't know about that play. I do want that one.
Remorse never. Be remorseless.
I'm just afraid we are a matchbox board masquerading as something else. Won't do, but we'll take it for right now. Right now. Hi, Kina.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
Okay. Hi, Kina. I told you lately that you're beautiful, Kina.
I'll come back someday and buy the whole store.
Okay.
Use that for the good of all.
I suppose that should run on our board. Should it? Like, is it going to get faster than multicast Piggles?
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Disruption's disruption, right? Like, doesn't have to be better to be good.
I'm so glad we could share this
Ah.
experience today.
I probably can wait till pawn shop is like gold or diamond before I actually make that kind of play. That was probably greedy as hell because we don't have that kind of scratch right now. Be getting away with that bullshit. Yeah, we can take chili. Yeah, that was a sick build. Runic potion with our Herbals. Sorry, you guys. I'm a little sleepy today. A little tired. I think you find it coming across in my devil may care attitude. So we're gonna get more coffee in a minute here, and that's gonna perk us right up. And then we will equal the excitement level of the shenanigans that we're currently pulling off. Our 1800 kukri swing there. I love that with this board kukri was our main damage dealer. That makes me so unbelievably happy. Okay. I hate that I keep like killing those. That's fine. That's fine. We need money.
If you're not growing,
When you heal, charge a weapon, but we don't need yo-yo to be spinning faster early. We need yo-yo to be spinning faster late. I think we're gonna go to Orlin. I want some more. I want like backroom dealings. I want more hit point skills. When you buy a property, obviously overheal haste is good. It's just not weird. I think we are max health monkeys. So I need to get another Kiuas. We're pretty desperate for another Kiuas right now. So that we could property cycle for money.
Got any new playlists for me? Fill their tunes.
When you
fill
heal,
the
charge a
words.
shield. That's true. That is true. That could get weird and cool. Yeah, I gotta just like get out of the mental space that I saw myself a cold room. Do I reroll here? Do I reroll for the kukri upgrade? It's expensive. We don't have a lot of money to reroll, but kukri is our it's our current build. We're currently running kukri. I'm doing it. Doing it. Was it correct? Hell no. Funny? Yeah. Kind of funny. Yeah. New meta build. You're calling that a tad early, my friend. We are just about to turn into a pumpkin. We are like on the verge of pumpkining. Really an econ play that makes sense. All right, that makes sense. Yes. Yes, yes, please. I would like to be able to justify doing a lot of property shopping. Because we need to go everywhere that we could get pawn shop. All of this is smoke and mirrors, guys. All of this is bullshit. This is me pretending like I didn't have a game plan. It's been double whammy all along. Like, I woke up wanting to play double whammy. It's been double whammy all along. Sorry for the subterfuge. Sorry for not being honest with you. But that's what's going to happen. Somehow.
I should warn you.
Which is why we need to fund a property shopping build so that I can extort property mogul so that I can keep hit point stacking. This 4K day 7 without our pawn shop on the board is not nearly enough. We can do better. Out of morbid curiosity, I think Kukri swung like once, and it almost did as much damage as Yo-Yo. We are a Kukri build, y'all. I don't want to take matchbox off my board because that is most definitely doing too much damage for my liking. We're just too close to being a matchbox board right now. That's weird. I say that. Okay. Definitely going back. Prospero.
Investment is building homes for money. I suppose I'm something of a carpenter.
Jesus. About face. All right. That doesn't need to be here. You can go. We're done with you. Obviously the buy and sell property thing is a way to get hit points together, but infinite gumball sales on our pawn shop.
This will do well for you. I promise.
Yeah, buddy. Honestly, shiny abacus next to our pawn shop would be stellar at some point, but we need space. I do need an econ play. We're so space starved. Okay, I'll see if I can hold that. See if I can hold that for a hot minute. And then I should be doing this now. Although we do need money to fund our nonsense. Do I make it golden? I make it golden. I want to figure out. I want to run pacifist in this meta. I don't know what I want to do. I don't. We're still figuring out what kind of boy we're going to be when we grow up. But oh, I'm a little worried we're going to run out of runway. It's free to upgrade the abacus. How is it free to upgrade the abacus? Because it's enchanted.
Protection systems disabled.
I'm confused. I mean, it's cheaper. Like, we didn't have to pay the enchanted upgrade cost, but I just paid 8, right? I still had to pay. When you use a weapon adjacent, gain crit chance. No, we're not doing any of that. We don't have weapon adjacency. We don't. Yeah.
It's all about motivation.
Oh! It's revenue neutral. It's revenue neutral. Yes, you are totally correct. Free is something slightly different. Because free implies that I didn't have to pay for it, which it did. I want to do this, but honestly, we don't have to go that hard on Pawn Shop until Pawn Shop gets upgraded. Kind of want to like just take money and run. It can both be 4. This can be 6. This can also be 2. But we have been just letting the universe give us whatever the hell it wants this whole time. We're not going to stop now. Okay, pull. I would really like my pawn shop upgrade, sir, and I will summon my rewards card for it. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Asked and motherfucking answered, Paul. That's the correct order. You know what else I spy with my naked eye? Something that begins with the letter W. I mean, we'll get upgrades. We'll get upgrades. It'll take time. I don't think we're there yet. Now, is there anything I want on the other side of that board? Because secretly, this has been all I've been dreaming of. The whole board's going into the trash soon, y'all. We just need like a balcony or I don't know. Not sure what we need yet. Because it's not good yet. We're not quite double whammying quite yet. Yes, please. Okay, so to do this properly, maximal play is that we trade pawn shop for all of the weapons because healthy hoarder. So it's specifically the weapons we get off our board. And then, yeah, the 600 is doing more than the 3 weapons would do. Go to Finn. I guess we're taking Regen because there's nothing. No, we could take the shield. Shuck a tiny bit of shield onto our Abacus in case we run Abacus. What is this swinging for right now out of morbid curiosity? Just a hot lot of nothing. What is that? I feel like we have so many hit points compared to that. That feels like nothing. We are nowhere. That's fine. Okay. Let's get back into our silly nonsense. What's the best place for this? It was here, right? I think it's something like this. Weapon to the right. We want to be charging that. Yeah. Sure. Or do I want my Piggles to be hitting my Kukri? I think that is Kukri is our current win condition, which tickles me so fucking pink, you guys. Like, that makes me so deeply happy. All right, we're good. We're doing it. Let's go murder some nonsense. Yep. You see the vision, Daffet. You see the vision.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
You see the dream. The dream, the dream. Come on, Kukri.
Bravery
I wanted one more swing. Won't do anything, but I wanted one more swing. Yeah, I think we just turned into a pumpkin, which is good. Which is deeply good. It means we can justify trashing our whole frickin' board and going towards this nonsense. We're not there yet. We're cooking, but pawn shop's got to get an enchant, which will up its value quite a bit. We just need upgrades, like upgrade. So since we're high rolling and asking the universe to help us high roll, I think we need bootstraps. Like bootstraps at diamond is the only way we're gonna kind of like get everything upgraded in time, right? So that's what we're telling the universe we would like for Christmas. Orion doesn't have anything that we would give 2 figs about, right? I think the answer is no. So we want Ash. Yeah, King Julian Vanessa. A little rough. Okay. So we're going to hold this. There's still Juggler exists in the world. We're gonna hold those 2. Gosh darn it, Italy. And then we're gonna sell off our board. Wait. We have to beat the monster fight still. Slow down, man. I don't think I can sell off for 3 chocolate bars, right? This a little on the greed side. We can sell slingshot. You're correct. Cool. What else? One more. Marbles. Yeah. We can still kill the monster without that. My man. Walter. Gentleman in the Scholar. Now we go to Curio, because we can get through more items there. We're gonna hit 10 today, so we don't care about that.
You see landfill? I see buried
We
treasure.
care, but we don't care. You know what I mean? Yes, 1% cooldown on our whammy, please.
Warm
In
fire
14
rust
years,
gets to see
that
fine
thing's
art.
gonna hit pretty hard.
Trash is tragedy.
All the small
Green is
things.
everything.
Yeah, it is completely neutral to the type of thing. So we will sell these. I'm not sure I'm selling it. I should have probably sold it 6. That was probably fine.
Hooey. Now that's a
Please.
bargain.
There's not a world in which Shadow Cloak actually is a good idea, right?
Waiting for you.
I could have put that on my matchbox, but I don't want matchbox on my board again unless it is a trigger, like for juggler or something like that. Okay, so I do have to win today, or I do have to beat this fight. This is weapon to the right, correct? Yes. This can charge both of those. I guess a quick recharge. Guess I just abacus and call it. Sure. Whatever. I think we can kill platform with that. Is there an argument to be made for like, does Blood to Reef have? Let's just look at what everybody has. When you're running a build you haven't run in a while, you often forget items people have just because you haven't locked it in through the lens you're looking at, right? If you have a vehicle, weapon, and a tool, we will only be running a weapon, so there's only 5% cooldown, which is not nothing. Crow's Nest is useless because we will take 40 years to swing. Captain's Wheel, one could argue, is a little bit of haste. It will be adjacent to large things until we get ourselves I like Captain's Wheel, until we get ourselves like a balcony that gets us in the fight, a balcony or a phonograph. So that's not absolutely nothing. Let's look up your First 5 times you use a tool, haste a tool. When you slow, gain regen. God, why do you suck so much, man? Salt is part of like the juggler trigger, right? We could like use a 3-item juggler trigger with matchbox, yo-yo, and salt. Not compelling. Not loving that play. Or we could just go for XP. We are going to need so many upgrades on this, though. I can't be too... Yeah, I don't think any of those are as important, and I need to remember how much upgrades matter to us. By the way, I hate this. I mean, I wish the gumball would go in your stash. So I have played some double whammy boards before where I purposely ran short because... what's his name? Dooley had the freeze that cared about the number of items you had. So if you had like 5 or more, you could freeze or something like that. I forget what it was, but there was a counter to me that was item dependent. So I ran 4 items on my board. I had the same golden, I had the same free infinite gumball situation we got going on right now. And gumball dropped onto my board. I got permafrozen and I lost. Holy shit. I really, 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 really wanted to put an enchant on my pawn shop for me. Have to radiant my whammy. Well then. Well then. Okay. Okay.
Little sentient.
All right, I need whammy and I need pawn shop, please. It's a hot lot of nothing. It's fine. Second chance and chance pawn shop, absolutely. We believe around these parts. Whammy is still nowhere. Like, we still can't win with this board. Because we're only swinging, you know, in 4 days we get to hit them for, you know, 1,600, 1,700 hit points. Ooh. Suck it, enemy. I think we might run it knowing it loses just to get a vibe check on how long it takes to kill us. And because this board's not winning anymore. Is there things that I want to buy, like Pig's Gem, for hit point scaling? And we're hit point scaling when we buy properties. That's the whole reason that we... Yeah, okay, this is all going in the trash, boys. Say goodbye. Prep Piggles, however, can totally play. Goodbye, Kukri. I really enjoyed your presence. You were pretty charming. We can... Again, do we hold Yo-Yo and Matchbox, considering their diamond? In case... Right, whammy at clean 1,800. Feels kind of bad, man. It doesn't feel too strong. We can make some use out of that. We got to get Piggle space. He's gonna pay us money. I think we just do it. I don't know. I'm feeling the kind of way about throwing away Diamond Shiny Magic Box. Okay, we are back. In terms of upgrade priority, by the way, we'll miss you, but not really. You were the most conventional thing on our board. We are not sad to be unconventional. Am I cycling for 100 hit points at 6 gold? That's insane. Would we do that? Sorry, guys. I'm just enjoying the silly non-meta play of it all, which we have not gotten a lot of ability to do. We do need to rush our asses off to 13 for an upgrade. And then we need to think about upgrade sequence. The max health is so small fixed that you start getting that much at leveling at a particular point. I mean, it's good, and when everything's upgraded, we can do it. But upgrades are so much more power and so many more hit points over the long term. We're gonna lose. That's cool. We signed up for that. We understand what we're doing. There is a chance we win, but I think 10,000 hit points is a little trivial in this meta. He's gonna get through that pretty fast, and we have to hit him twice. So we're a 24-second kill right now against the drill build. That's not gonna happen. That's fine. That's fine. Unless we crit. I think crit does it. Oh, look at how close that is. He killed himself. He set himself on fire. That tickles me so big. Like, oh man, we were much closer than I thought. Oh wait, we're home. Okay, y'all, help me dream. What is the best weapon scenario, or what is the best skill scenario? So there's the single weapon lifesteal of it all, and since we have to go twice, we also very often can run pawn shop, or can run balcony adjacent to our pawn shop, which has a stupid weird mechanic where you get the extra hit points, but you don't get the extra health into the extra hit points by doubling the value of pawn shop, which is still enough to double the effect of the damage that pawn shop is giving you, but doesn't give you more survivability runway. But if whammy goes off at 12 seconds and does not one-shot them, which eventually that's not an operation we need to care too much about, it will heal us into that empty space. So lifesteal on this is good, not to mention just the crit of it all. The big weapons skill obviously is pretty massive. The property skills are more likely to like be econ plays, so like buying what's it called, homecoming gifts or housewarming gifts, where every time we buy a property we get a bunch of pieces, is like tons of pawn shop fodder, and then you get a loop and it funds your whole build, and we could just property cycle all day. So that's a kind of fishing. That's probably one of the nut skills right now. But it's a double bank shot, right? We got to hit a couple of things in line. When you reach half hit point, use your highest shield item. We could, but you know, that's playing for a shield enchant on whammy, which we're, you know, can't force. So, you know, not sure that actually, no, we don't want a shield enchant whammy. We do not want to mess with our radiant. Radiant is absolutely the nuts. It is the best enchant we can get by miles. So I think Ryakon is correct. Tascari is fun.
Ready when you are, guy.
I like housewarming gifts so much. That's the most underrated skill in the game. It's such a bizarre econ play, and it just like empowers. It will really make pawn shop pop. We're also not buying properties. I should get rid of Jim pretty soon, or weapons. I should get rid of Jim pretty soon. I haven't been in many streams. Dooley feels like not much agency. And it's 4 wins, sometimes 7. Oof. Feels bad. You know, I think that's true for everybody right now. I feel that way very much about Pig, which is Pig goes late again, which is very big. It's very important that Pig be able to go late, but the variability is so high that once you're at day 13, it doesn't matter how conventionally good you are. Everyone's cheating, right? And so unless you're cheating, you lose at 1 point after day 13. So we can't lock in 10 winners. And we often will lose at 4 wins or sometimes sub 4 trying to put together something that'll go late. So Pig feels very feast or famine right now. I mean, we had 10 consecutive 10-win runs Monday, I think is when that streak broke. So like he has some good lines. If you're willing to just like kiosk all fucking day and occasionally drum and beehive when they fall into your lap on day 2 or 3, I think Pig is very strong right now. If you're trying to play the I will do nothing but white knuckle grip wins, Pig's strong. That being said, if you're trying to climb the ladder, it's still weak because we take 2 to 3 times as long to make those wins, just because the ledger of it all, right? And so, sorry, I just noticed my camera is slightly off, so I'm gonna, yeah, I like that. Okay. So yeah, so I think in terms of win rate, we can be the strongest hero right now, but that doesn't mean anything to us because we still scale slower than everybody. Sorry about that. The reason I'm talking while on the screen forever is because I'm still not sure which one I want to do. Okay, I think it is objectively correct to go for Ryakon. There are just way more things at Ryakon that will give us power than Tuscari.
A very different school, this Bazaar.
So lock that in.
But it has its lessons to teach.
It's not the minigame we're playing today. We are not playing objectively correct today. Objectively correct can go die in a fire. Today, we're doing this. I guess healthy hoarder. We did kind of whiff. That's fine.
All those years in my class, you must already know everything.
Okay. Yes, please. Chocolate bars. Yo-Yo's gonna die now. We're done with it. It served us well. Goodbye, Yo-Yo. I know there's a juggler play to be had there. It's not exactly the way I want to make this run go.
Moving up in the world.
Thank you so much for following, man. I really
Intact
appreciate
has
it.
joined the Goose Mafia.
Intact, welcome. Super appreciate you. Patch already allowed to share some of that when I stream again. You know some of the patch that's coming? When are you streaming next, Nazar? That's a tease, my brother. If you know some of the upcoming patch information, it might be because I'm not trolling the Reddit, so maybe, or the Discord, so maybe they're talking it on the Discord. But like, now I have to be around for your stream, you bastard. Not that I don't watch your stream all the time anyway. Hey, newish player, just wanted to say I really appreciate how long you're taking to sit on the screen and talk through things. A lot of streamers are just blazing through their decisions. Then I'm your dude, my dude. Then I am your dude. That is our whole vibe here. Our whole vibe here is taking 4 times as long as everyone else. We're pig mains. That's what we do. If you didn't want to spend 5 times longer playing a single game than other people spend playing other games, then you should not main pig. I should have sold Jim there. That was a misplay because Jim's not doing shit for us. It seems silly to sell it right now though. Okay. Yeah, we are XP rushing still. As we need our day 13 upgrade. But if you are taking away, we are normally way more informative than this. We normally are like teaching correct play and thinking about like what the most optimal lines are. Today we're being a little silly. So you should have gone to Ryakon. I hope that's the takeaway. I hope you're not walking away going like, oh yeah, I should roll for fucking housewarming gifts to Tuscari. That is not objectively correct. It's just what we're doing. How do we get fire damage on him? Oh, yeah. Burst of flame. Would have been funny if that finished him.
You have started a war today.
Getting Pig is my first discounted character, so it sounds like it might be the right choice. Yeah. So, again, there's the try hard versus not try hard of it all. If people are asking me, like, should I get Pig? As my second character, the answer is probably no. If the point is like you want to hurry up and get a third character, then the answer is no, because Pig is the slowest way to make sense out of it's the slowest way to win, right? You could win much faster on Vanessa, you could win much faster on Dooley, you could win much faster on Mac, right? Yeah, there's a pendulum play here, but again, I don't like it. Yeah, we're not worrying about that. So I think like if you feel a sense of FOMO over not having all the things, you should get maybe, yeah, it depends on your style. If you like overthinking, then you should get Mac, because Mac still has enough overthinking to be enjoyable. He has a lot of dash shenanigans. He has a lot of times where he could stop and like mull over a decision for quite a while also, if you want to, but he's also like good enough and can be fast enough once you get used to the lines. I mean, we could let them give us crit chance. I'm gonna do this because it's the only way we win right now, is like the crit. I don't know. It feels bad long term because I should not need to crit eventually. But it guarantees that we will have crit chance by virtue of them charging us. That when we swing, we're more likely to win. It gives them kind of double the rampage at some point. But I'm okay with that because they have 12 seconds to kill us. And right now that might be doable, but that will not be doable soon. One of the rare... Also, when do you get to take that item? It is so terrifying to take Foreboding Winds. It is usually like, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm going to die. And we might, but if you're being silly, yeah, we want the loot item.
Moving up in the world.
Thank you so much.
Bimes has joined the Goose Mafia.
Bimes, welcome in. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you joining. I think we're going to Prospero. Buying properties gives us hit points too right now. But also there are pawn shop upgrades to be had in the world.
I know you, Mr. Pygmallian, as shrewd as you are.
There's also this hot fucking nonsense. Okay. So, yes, please.
I made
Now,
that same
you
investment.
might
Say the result
disagree
are
with this,
wouldn't you?
but I do not want to do a ledger game. And I also deeply don't want the stash constraints that Ledger's going to put on me. I want to be able to do chocolate bars. I want to be able to do, I think especially at silver, this is the easiest pass of my life. Because it's going to be so slow and it's going to choke out the buy and sell of it all. I am getting more value out of being able to sell a couple more items every once in a while than I would get out of Ledger on it. It is, however, an incomplete replenishment play because I could put anything else I want in the catch position. So again, if you're playing objectively correct, grab the fucking Ledger. We're not doing that. That's not today. That we're grabbing though. Fantastic. Do not worry, it will not play on our board. This is just giving us a little more flexibility to be buying and selling properties because we recoup some of the value. It is just an econ play. I will not put that on my board today. That is some other game, not this one. Mandala, we have gotten so much joy out of re-rolling our shiny Piggles from you, sir, but those days are behind us.
But I can help you finish a fight.
So that is actually better right now. It is slowable. It is freezable. It can win today. It's basically 7 seconds instead of 12 seconds, but it is not the exact same damage right now. But it doesn't have crit chance. You know what? We're double bonking, right? We're double bonking. Why am I hemming and hawing here?
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Double the pleasure, double the bonk. Okay, absolutely. Oh, we're that poor. Oh shit. Oh snap. I can sell Abacus. There are board states that it works, but I kind of don't want there to be board states where it works. So we're gonna get rid of it. Again, don't play this way at home, people.
Make me proud.
Don't do this at home. This is the one day that we are not in full-on teaching min-max mode, try-hardy pig stuff. We are having some fun. It's cool. Has less buy-sell shenanigans. Definitely less, but he has some. He has reagent shenanigans. He's the only other hero that has anything at all that feels like pigs, like shopping, deal with your stash kind of stuff. And then he has a lot of like moving between his archetype lines that Vanessa has, so that'll be familiar to you. He, in a way, is like in between Vanessa and Pig, I tend to feel, in terms of just vibes. So yeah. For a hell of a lot of regen, tournament damage. Yeah. You can do out of combat scaling, which is Pig stuff. Yeah, you're right, Walter. I can play both. It sometimes takes. We're only on cup of coffee, I don't know, 4. You'll notice my speech speed is picking up. We're getting there. I don't fully understand reagent mechanic, other than that gives you a lot of enchanted items. Moose staff and femur. So it does give you the ability to, well, you get catalysts, which let you re-roll a small item. And then you get reagents, which are enchanted small items. So you get to re-roll those enchanted items into stuff to try to like hit enchanted small items, which is cool. You get a lot of duplication that way, right? There's a lot of design space there. But you also get lead from a lot of your things. And using your catalyst on your lead not only turns it into a thing, but it also gives you a big chunk of gold. And so he has a lot of kind of infinite money shenanigans that will feel reminiscent of Pig. Okay, that I think we can't ever justify getting rid of our Piggles. I think Kiosk is going to be more hit points by virtue of eventually getting our money game back online. That I will still. We're too poor right now. We also always need money available for our whammy upgrade, or a belt upgrade, or our pawn shop upgrade. So, in the order of power for your upgrades, assuming I didn't have Lion King on my board, whammy is 50% more damage. Belt is 25% more damage. And pawn shop is, depending on where pawn shop is, somewhere like probably 10% more damage, right? So more power, medium power, less power. In terms of long-term play, more power, medium power, less power. Scaling, increasing the thing you are scaling fastest, like getting this to diamond, is a huge, huge, huge step in us ramping up our hit point stacking much, much faster. Getting belts to diamond means that every time we get a percentage hit point upgrade, we get 25% more value out of it. Getting whammy to diamond just means whammy hits you harder, right? So in terms of paying attention to your scaling, that's a choice you completely have to make depending on how many wins and losses you have. We only have one more loss we can get away with right now. So trying to like lock in damage might be smart. We luckily have like a secondary damage mechanic, so we're kind of fine there. But like getting into one-shot range would have been significantly more valuable than that upgrade. Oh, that's too bad. We just passed our upgrade. This could have meant we upgraded everything. It does mean we can upgrade whammy though. It is a vehicle for whammy. And so I think we will take it for that reason. What is my 6? So 12? Yeah, these are at 16. So I lose money from the buy-sell kiosk of it all. Stained glass is a way to slowly put value on pawn shop, but it's not a good way anymore. Not relative to other things. I think we're going to grab the bootstraps. Get the free upgrade out of whammy. I don't know that I could justify holding it. Yeah, I think Kiuas was a misplay just because it's not necessarily a misplay. It just didn't actualize. We just didn't get lucky enough for that to actually turn into a thing. And we will re-roll in case we can sell a bunch of crap and get a balcony here. We cannot, but we do have safe. Again, I probably don't have the money to make that kind of play. Yeah, I'm feeling a little stash constrained. He's the only guy we can't kill. He's the only one, which is fine because we don't give two shits because we want Property Baron anyway. Property Baron is terrifying in the current meta because of his crazy ass crit chance. So, always, especially day 10, day 11, check your build, think hard before you fight him. But that poor boy will have to multi-crit us like 7 times in a row to kill us, so we don't care. But everyone else, you have to care. Cool. I love my chat so much. You guys are like totally taking care of Intact right now. Super appreciate you guys. Where do you see Dooley in this meta? So I can't answer that question. I think, oh, yes. I think people at their own peril try to explain where heroes they fight against are in the meta. I think this is a deep problem in the community writ large. It's why people keep asking for nerfs against heroes that are pretty mediocre. There is a vast difference between how powerful you are to fight against versus how powerful you are to play because of the survival effect of how ghosts work. I think we reroll for loop here. Loop would be kind of run changing. We did not get it. That's fine. So the more variability you have on your character, seriously, not the more power. The most powerful player is not the most terrifying ghost. The most variable player is the most terrifying ghost. Because if your high rolls are just that much higher than the other people's high rolls, but your low rolls are more common, then at day 12 or 13, we will only see your high rolls, right? We will only go up against your high rolls. Versus if there is only this much room between your medium and your high roll run, and you are still like deeply powerful in both sets, we're going to run against your medium quite often. So the less room there is between your crazy shenanigan high roll and how often you actually get your ass handed to you, the more often other people think you're overpowered. You can't, from the outside looking in, correctly judge how powerful another build is. You just can't. And since I don't play other builds, and that is a misplay, and since I don't play anyone other than Pig, I can't answer the question. I hope that is helpful. Back value on Whammy. Sometimes my brain just doesn't like waking up in the morning. We don't have much money, so Gumball. I still want a Gumball. We could sell Kiuas. We need to make a financial play here. So we need to get we need to have bought and sold enough to get Whammy to proc. I'm a little lost for what the answer is. I think we're just going to take a small free item. VIP Bass. The one property build that cannot make sense of it. Do I have any positioning requirements on my current build? Rightmost. These are technically doing the same amount of damage, and this is swinging faster, so putting crit chance on Lion Cane makes a little bit more sense. Except this is Radiant, and so this will definitely get in the fight. This one might not. It's debatable whether I should be putting my crit chance on it or not. It's probably arguable I should be putting it on Lion Cane. This is an all vibes game, though, so we're just kind of going in. Really good answer and point. It should be part of answers. An answer to be considered. Yeah. Yeah, I think people at their own peril say how strong other builds are because they went up against them. And like they don't know how consistent those builds are. This is why we put the crit chance where we did, by the way. Because you can't stop Whammy. Yeah, and I think it's Pig is always gonna feel oppressive. Yeah, Lord of the Way skill is giving us just free crit chance. It's like, oh, you want to bash me in the face 100 times? You're not gonna like that choice. Carry on. Free property, I think we got to do just to get in the econ game, and then we can start making other choices in a minute. So now I have to actually make funny because like we could actually get value out of Kiuas. Piggles has only given us one every once in a while. It's pretty hard to get rid of because it's like 2 free a day, but if we actually do get our econ game online, we will do better than that. We will do better. We'll go to Adira. Okay. Everything changed. Everything changed. So I gotta get bootstraps going. And then I gotta like throw everything else away. As soon as I get bootstraps to pop whammy, I throw it away. I throw away kiosk almost immediately. We might be able to keep golden gumball, and that is it. And then we have to find loot. And then when we do, we just buy and sell properties all day long and scale pawn shop. This is the most slept on skill in the game. It's not just infinite money, it's infinite cycling. And cycling is like one of the major ways that we get value, right? So we need to spend money really quick so that we can pop bootstraps. We're not going to do it willy-nilly. We're hopefully going to find some properties to spend it on, sure.
Used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
I think I just want to pop it right now and make space. 32. Oof, just off. 38. I'm going to do that just so
Delivery's free.
I'm in close range.
Exercise.
Okay. Really excited about that move.
I will dance with
I freaking love housewarming gifts. I love that skill so much. It's just a sleeping giant. It is so powerful for something like a pawn shop. It's powerful for ledger plays if you're willing to deal with ledger plays, etc., etc. Yes, don't forget to sell. Yeah, I was just holding it in case I happen to get a property. Although I guess it's not winning value anymore. No, you're right. It is losing value to not have the catch space. I should sell. I gotta sell kiosk now because I'm gonna get more value out of my skill now. Okay, we gotta buy one thing, sell one thing. Ooh. Wait. Okay. We got to buy a couple of things and sell a couple of things. We're probably going to get rid of our golden rewards card, you guys. If this sounds like I am doing astronomically stupid plays, you're both correct and incorrect. We do have a vision. We do have a plan. We have like a quadruple bank shot into this build being correct. And I mean, I might not have to sell the rewards card. We'll see. But like, I can't be this stash constrained forever. So we are going to buy and sell the entire world. And if I need to sell the rewards card to do it, I will. And we are going to pop all of these things to diamond. And then we're going to get that the hell out of the way. And then we're going to buy and sell properties. And they're each going to give us 4 items for pawn shop, along with 2 of them being chocolate bars. And we are going to laugh all the way to our giant high roll murder fest. Okay. Yes. Yes. 18. Yes. I forgot to sell the last time. That was a complete misplay. I didn't have catch space. What if you upgrade a belt and guarantee the whammy to gold today? I'm guaranteeing everything to gold today this way. This is the way. Okay, yep. This is where we sell rewards card, which is sad, but is still correct. I probably should have sold it before so I had more catch space, but here we are. Unfortunately, that upgraded tents, but it did mean that it was revenue neutral. Actually, it paid us money to upgrade tents, so that's fine. We're not going to catch the upgrade today. Ah, gosh darn it. I keep doing that too fast. I keep forgetting I have to sell in between every single one. There was an argument to be made to hold that lemonade stand for a little bit longer. Free value or a gold tier item. Honestly, a loot item might be more loot because cooldown reduction is pretty big for us right now. Okay. This is the way. Oh yeah, Snazzer, you didn't tell us. When's your next stream, man? You're holding some secret amazing deets about the next expansion that we all must know. We need to know when to tune in, buddy.
I should warn you.
Oh, you haven't decided? That's fair. That's fair. You're too busy watching some moron like dick around on Pig. I understand. I appreciate it. I'm so happy to have you here. You wouldn't believe. Yeah, we are getting close to unkillable, immortal, whatever. Not quite there yet. There are some people that can kill us inside of 11 seconds. 12 seconds. Not many. There are some. It does make me sad we're only going to go one more day, though. It actually does. I'm so here for min-maxing this shit. By the way, I don't know if you've been watching the fact that we have been buying and selling every property we can and we're making money. That is how broken housewarming is. Can I sell that? That's bugged. Game is gaslighting the shit out of me, man. It's always a small item right around there too that gets bugged, right? Like I rarely have large or medium items get bugged, and I rarely have them get bugged over here. But like a small item around here becomes ghosted, becomes invisible, gets unmovable, like all the time. There's something with that. Yeah, so I'm buying and selling medium properties, and it makes me money. Here is the check though. 30. Yeah, we're under. We're under. We can still buy that one.
What should I do with it?
Okay. And then 8. So ideally he has a diamond for us. He does not. So we take the risk, or I mean we do it. Yeah, it's tough. I think we're gonna wait. I think we will wait and just like re-roll ourselves or gumball ourselves or something like that to get in. We can't gumball because gumball can update the gumballs. We can do eating contests. Look at that timing. Fantastic. Now, there is an econ play to be made for holding on to bootstraps because every once in a while you buy a property, it turns diamond, but it's cutting into our housewarming space. So now we get rid of bootstraps. And now every property we buy is just pure shenanigan goodness. We obviously are going to Property Baron because doubling the value of our pawn shop would be huge. Trader? Oh. So rich. It's disgusting. Buying one property is kind of like equivalent to the gumball. I misplay. I keep forgetting to check my gumballs and create stash space. That was a misplay, y'all. Tell me housewarming gifts isn't fun though. Tell me this like tell me that's not fucking cool. There's not a world in which I run for it. I mean, to be so. You can run Fort on your Lion Cane. You should run Fort on your Lion Cane if you don't have whammy. Especially if you don't have a radiant whammy. But we have a radiant whammy, so we shall do nothing of the sort. So this is a one-shotter. We don't need Lion Cane. Lion Cane is deeply redundant, especially since it's going to be frozen and slow the whole time. That said, I'm having trouble thinking of what's better to replace it. Objectively, you might be thinking Balcony. Balcony does put more damage on whammy, but it does not actually give you more survivability because the extra hit points you get by doubling pawn shop for some stupid-ass reason do not get filled with actual health. So here we are. Although, yeah, you just get more available max health. Now, that sometimes can be useful to you if you are clever, which is if you have any of the skills that say when you get to half health do X, like get shield or get whatnot. And now that happens when you get to just like a tiny bit of, like you start here, so half health procs very early. So it can be totally useful. Yeah, we're not even gonna stick, we're not even gonna reroll. I suppose that was incorrect. I should just buy and sell everything. Money ain't a thing, right? That's incorrect. We're now at the buy sell everything we ever see in the store portion of the game. None of those make any sense. We're not going to see any skills here that make any sense. First 5 times use a weapon each fight. Charge a heal item. Yeah. We're just going to skip all of those because they would just diminish our pool. There's a couple of things we have we wouldn't mind upgrading. Mac is one of the only people that could actually get through our hit point pool, but if Mac gets through our hit point pool inside of 12 seconds, we get to rage. So this is the end of the game, which makes me sad because I really, this is my favorite build. It just kind of popped. It just came online. But this is why it's my favorite build. It's like, oh man, look at max damage. It is impressive. It is scaling. Oh, he is actually going to kill us. Cool. Cool. I was talking too much trash, y'all. Fantastic. We don't even have an enchant on pawn shop yet. That's awesome. I'm actually happy. Okay. We could do some recovery on Lion Cane, but pawn shop is value. You don't tend to get, but you could get the double value enchant. Like we're gonna fish for the absolute high roll. The enchants on pawn shop are deeply mid, with the exception of golden. So poison, like it just buffs the poison items on your board, right? There are times in which that's super powerful, but just this ain't one of them. So, yeah, this rate of scaling of Poppy is kind of nuts. Yes, please. Hold on. We are going to clean our stash.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Yeah, we're a little afraid of like infinite scalers. This is why this build isn't something you should play at home. It used to be, and again, I think money doesn't exist, right? Money is just a concept now. We objectively get more power by going to JJ because one property is going to be anything we can find in Mysterious Portal. That said, it's a video game and fun is fun. So we're going for the fun. None of that is particularly fun. We could drum our whammy. The world's dumbest play. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, with Trader. Just so much money. We just bought an enchanted property and made money off it. So let's just think real quick. We aren't going to get to an XP threshold that matters. We will get a skill today no matter what. And then we don't have another chance at leveling up more than likely. So we don't have to go to Octo. It doesn't really give us too terrible much value. Going to Harrow and trying to high roll for the slow skill actually could put a hamper in like a Beamer build and slow down his activators and stuff like that and buy us a little bit of time. It could put a hamper in other Pig property scalers. It affects bugs, right? Like so we're just gonna high roll for the slow skill. We didn't get it, that's fine. But there wasn't really 30% CDR on Kane. What am I missing? Yeah, I have belt and I can't not run belt, so that unfortunately is not a play we get to make. We just go to Island, buy all the things, I think. Hi guys. How you doing? Come on in. Welcome in. Goodbye.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Okay. None of you have properties. I suppose Julie doesn't have any, right? Jules, no, her dishwasher's not a property. Nobody's got a property. So I'm just going to sell all your stuff. Julie has some? Okay. Pylon, you're right. And the Pylon's dark cousin, solar farm. Right cousin, solar farm. Should I have ran that chrono? Should I run Shiny Battery over Lion King?
Now that's giving up the business.
I mean, Lion King has a real chance of ending the fight. No, it doesn't. Yeah, 9,000. Lion King has a chance of ending the fight, too. So I don't think that's correct. Shiny Battery is so nuts, you guys. It's so nuts. It's absolutely nuts. That said, it's day 14. It's not swinging in 4. That's a lie. That is a misnomer. It is frozen. It is slowed. It is taking a long ass time to swing. And if it is not frozen, if it is not slowed, if it actually gets off fast enough to give value to Double Whammy, then Lion King got swing and probably killed him. So it does not make a whole hoopla of sense to do that. That said, we have choices. We could get crit chance from Tuscari, but honestly, the enemy's giving us crit chance. That's their job. We'll worry about crit chance later. We're going to try to get... I don't know. Yeah, the shield stuff doesn't work because we have to use an item before we get the shield, and if we use an item, the game's over. I'm having trouble dreaming of anything that actually gives me significant power, so we'll go for just something that maybe gives crit chance. Your weapons have triple the damage of your income. Woo! We're home, boys. We did it. All right, healthy hoarder. 200 hit points. That was like 80 damage on each weapon. Suck it, boys. All right, we are selling let's give it a moment of silence for the fact that it never got to see the light of day. Shiny frickin' battery. You shall be missed. And then it has treated us so well. So well. Our golden gumball machine, probably responsible for hundreds of value. And now one more. We're up against Pig. It's day 14. There be dragons. Here be dragons. So God only knows what's going to happen. A freeze pig would be a little terrifying. A start of combat ice club probably won't get through our hit point pool. Drum. Drum's probably what I should have worried about because this is the only build that actually scales hard enough. Not hard enough. How much grit did I have? 23. That was pretty lucky. That was pretty lucky. Yeah, he doesn't. He's doing this so wrong. He's doing this so wrong. He did his out of combat scaling incredibly correctly. Like flat standing 239 yo-yo. My dude bought and sold a weapon or two. No, that's only 38. How is he doing that? Damage equal to income. That's 32. Anyway, whatever damage scaling he did outside of combat, he did very, very well. That is a absolute crazy fuck ton of damage for starting. But then he's using drum and he has slow start of combat. He not only has slow start of combat, he has weapons that don't get used or hasted. This is how he did it. He did it with Dragon Tooth. That's cool, but you should not run that in your PvP fight. Yeah, mistakes were made. This is not how you run drum. If these were replaced with small weapons, this board would have been terrifying. It would have had a chance. Just a Fang to get a start of combat going at 3. even using just a swapping this out for ship in a bottle so he gets multicast on his yo-yo, shit like that, this thing would have swung enough to actually be danger scaling. Probably not in the 12 seconds he had, but you know. That's it, boys. That was the run. We'll go through the build real quick because that's always fun. We have a Toxic Pawn Shop. Toxic is literally just there to give us the extra value, which gives us more damage. We got our lovely pawn shop up to 551. We've done better. We're only at 47,000 hit points. That's a medium-sized fat pig. The medium fat pig. Obviously belts doing max health. We did the double bonkage, which is cool. We kind of didn't care about Lion Cane, but you know, it's what won this fight. That's great. We got the crit chance on our double whammy is at 90 starting, which is nuts. Housewarming Gifts, the silent hero, which got us crap tons of money that got amplified once we got Trader. We got a little bit of hit points off Property Mogul more later once we had Housewarming Gifts and could justify the property selling. Foreboding Winds is just in case they were really fast, they would set themselves up to die. This is actually probably what lost us that last fight, though, is that not only was he like spamming and ramping, but we like gave him more ramp by giving him crit chance. So use at your own risk, y'all. Got a little bit of extra XP at a Healthy Hoarder, and then none of these actually did anything for this particular fight, except Rust and crit chance. So, and our double whammy is Radiant, which is important to say because that's super powerful. Because this board can get completely locked out. That's why it's not currently a counter to the speed meta. Because it's speed meta plus freeze and slow, which is particularly brutal to like slow reacting boards like this. So that is it. That is that run. We are gonna go into another.